Good evening, everyone. This is Dr. LeBlanc at the Westside Middle School Academy, welcoming you to our monthly parent meeting. Sorry we missed out last week, but the weather was a little inclement and we knew we had some important information to share with you tonight regarding COVID testing kits. So I did want to wait a week so we could make sure we share that information with you. I hope everyone had a lovely holiday break. It's great to see the kids back at school. It's hard to see smiles on their faces, but their eyes seem to be lit up and they enjoy being at school. I do know that at the end of 2021, I was requested by the district offices to make sure students took home stuff uh, in the unlikely event of having to be at home and distance. And we saw a lot of sad kids at that point with the possibility of that happening. So I was so glad to return in person. We are, as a school, and as a district, continuing to experience significant challenges with staffing issues, both from sick staff members as well as the lack of substitutes available to support the absent teachers when they're absent. I don't have a lot of information to share with you today, but really here to answer your questions. So if you have questions you would like to ask, we have the chat feature down below. It's probably right about here, although no, I'm sorry. It's over that way because you see me on the screen right now. So it's over in that direction. Click on the chat button. You are more than welcome to add a question. We are running in webinar format, meaning that I'm the only one who is here with you tonight, and everyone else is on the attendee side. You can always contact and follow me on my social media platforms. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel, and my Twitter handle has been a little more active lately, Frank LaBanca. You can see all sorts of great information. I will be shortly. We've got the honor roll. Our new printer has arrived, so I can print our new honor roll posters. Your kids will be talking about that sometime soon, I'm sure, once I get that done, probably within the next week or so. And I'll post that on Twitter so you can see that. My Twitter feed does go directly to the school's webpage. So if you ever are on the school webpage, down the bottom right-hand corner, you can check out my Twitter feed, see what information I'm sharing with today. It reminds everyone we maintain a safe, respectful, and responsible environment at the Westside Middle School Academy. That's language we use. Our teachers use it all the time with the kids, and you are certainly welcome to use it as well to reinforce our school-wide philosophy. Okay, so my updates for the day are masks are for sale. We have the school masks, the Westside masks, so they are $10 a piece. They are really nice. They fit really well over the nose and over the chin, and they stay up really well. So if anyone's interested in masks, they have the Westside logo on them. We have two versions. We have the kind of repeating wall one, and we have the one with the big Westside with a cool swish on it. They're $10. So recently made available to us, we have COVID rapid tests available at the school. The distribution procedure is as follows. We will provide them if a child is exhibiting symptoms or if a child has a direct exposure to an individual with COVID-19, and they can be requested through my office or through the nurse's office. Students we've sent home that are exhibiting symptoms, we typically send them home with a COVID rapid test as well. So they are available at the school. They are available for students of our school only. So we are not providing them for family members, including siblings who may be at other schools. They can get them from their own schools, and they're not available for family members, but they are available for the students. So if you need the rapid test because, and we'll be checking the reason, obviously child exhibiting symptoms and child has direct exposure, you can pick them up at the school. We need advance notice for that though. We want to congratulate our students. The majority of them perform in a musical performing group, our chorus, orchestra, and band. We had a wonderful concert. A shame that it had to be virtual, but I did get to enjoy the performances, most of the performances live in different places. And we're going to figure out how to do some sort of live version in the spring, most likely an outdoor concert. So we'll figure that out as time moves by. Next Wednesday, our 7th grade global studies students are celebrating their History Day. So we have a contest for those students, and we have the web portal. I'm sure Mr. Newhouse will be in touch sharing information on how you can access that. But for our 7th grade global studies students, we're looking forward to seeing them at the History Day. And then our Science and Engineering Expo for our 7th and 8th grade STEM students will be happening shortly thereafter, and we're looking forward to that. I recently received some funding from the Nellie Mae Education Foundation, and part of the money will go toward parent nights. So I spoke with the superintendent today, we're going to work on some parent nights out where we can provide a meal for families and then also have some programming for them. So we can get you to the ins and outs of West Side. We're going to do one night dedicated only in Spanish, one night dedicated only in Portuguese as well. So we'll have targeted languages, we'll have babysitters available if you need to have children there, and we'll figure it out. As I started at the top, substitutes are still desperately needed. If you know anyone who is looking for employment as a substitute, please let us know. We can certainly help set them up on the portal. The job placement, the job postings are on the Danbury Public Schools website, and you can see the posting there. You can also contact, Ms. Sanchez or Ms. Vaniff at the main office, and they'll be happy to connect you to the substitute portal as well. That's a desperate need situation. We really are in desperate need of substitute teachers. So the minimum qualifications generally is a bachelor's degree. So if someone you know or yourself has a bachelor's degree and you'd be willing to be a substitute for us, please consider signing up to help out the school. It's something we could really, really use some help with. And then I just want to let you know our musical theater is getting ready to get up and active. So if your child has an interest in performing arts, that club will be starting soon. Contact Miss Christine or Miss Nauheimer, and they will get you some additional information as well. So we have some questions. That's all the information I have to share today. Like I said, it's a brief set of information. I did want to make sure everyone gets to hear about the COVID tests, though. So I'm going to take questions now. You can put your questions again down at the bottom in the chat box, or the Q&A will actually take them as well. I just have to make sure they're both open. So there are no questions in the Q&A. There are 2 questions in the chat box, and I will address those. So how is the mask rule enforced? My daughter mentioned that she sees students with their masks below their noses in classes and in the hallway. So teachers are expected to correct incorrect mask wearing behavior. I know I've done it frequently. In the class that I teach as well, we do reinforce the way we expect students to wear them. If we have a chronic issue, we'll obviously deal with that at an administrative level. So are kids allowed to talk politics? I don't see why they are not allowed to talk politics. I think I was told that they couldn't. I'm not really sure about that. That doesn't seem to make sense to me. They can certainly talk with each other about things they want to talk about with each other when they have unassigned time, like being at lunch or whatever. And that's something certainly important. One thing I do stress with teachers, of course, is that if a teacher has a discussion as it relates to the curriculum and it does involve a side thing, they should not be sharing or suggesting any of their own opinion in that, but students can certainly work through that themselves. How do kids stay up with schoolwork when they are sick and staying home? That's a great question. So if a child is sick and staying at home with COVID, we should know that at the school, and the students who are experiencing that issue can be assigned a quarantine teacher to help them with their situation. So the quarantine teacher meets with the students and checks work with them. If a student is quarantined for COVID purposes and they meet with the quarantine teacher and they demonstrate 50% of their work is completed, they actually can get a positive attendance credit for the school day there. We also have, and so our quarantine teacher is Ms. Kinshirf in the Media Center. And then we actually have 2 teachers that help them with their content as well. So they can also get additional support and time from Mrs. Neer, who is our ELA, covering ELA and social studies, and Mr. Horalic, who is covering math and science. So you can talk to Ms. Kinshirf about that. Students who are sick for regular reasons, out sick with a cold or whatever, are not entitled to that benefit. But we are a highly digital school. So that, so for those students, the teachers generally all post to their Google Classroom, and students can log into their Google Classrooms and get their work that way as well. if they have a question or whatever, they are always welcome to reach out to their teacher by electronic mail, and they can chat with their teacher about that. So I heard the drama club has started. Who is the contact person? So we have two contact people for that. Miss Christine. Oh, I'm spelling it wrong. Christine and Miss Nauheimer. So those are the two teachers that the drama club is working with. And I just type their names in if you need to see them. And we can contact them through school email. Give the school a call. We'll connect you with them directly. I think kids have been looking forward to that happening. And that's great news as well, that we've got more activities for kids actively involved in the school. So we got a bunch of stuff going on after school. I love seeing that energy of kids staying after school and doing things, whether they do intramurals on Wednesday or yearbook. I think I saw yearbook I think yesterday I saw yearbook in working student councils up and running. And I was working with a few kids on their research projects, and some of the teachers have been staying after with students too, working on their big research projects like History Day or Science Fair. And we're excited to see that happen as well. If you have more questions, you are welcome to post them now. Is there or could there be someone teaching finance to the students? So I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. We are working though right now. I will tell you right now, we are working on our Portrait of a Graduate, which is a K-12 continuum of what we expect students to be able to graduate from the Danbury Public Schools knowing. And we have identified financial literacy as an important component of being a graduate of the Danbury Public Schools. So we are going to actually be doing some targeted instruction on that over the next few years, making sure kids are ready for some financial literacy things. Me to host and panelists. You know what? I think maybe I sent this the wrong thing. Sent to everyone. Let's see. Let's try that again. So there we go. Let me just see if I did that right. Will the History Day projects be virtual? Yes, they will be virtual. We are still at this time not accepting or not able to have parents in the school, so they will be virtual and judged online. Can we remind parents picking up, dropping off to turn off engines so fumes cars aren't spewing for 20 minutes or more? Yeah, I can certainly encourage you to be safe. One of the bad habits, and I think we've corrected most of them, is we have some parents that don't respect the fact that there is a line for traffic to arrive at the school and that it takes time. It's just the reality of our situation. And so there have been people who have been trying to bypass the school procedures, which really just creates unsafe environments for my staff members. It creates an unsafe environment for their own children. Please follow the loop in and around the school when you're dropping your child off to ensure the safety of everyone there, and also to make sure the process continues to move effectively and efficiently, because we want to make that process happen as much as and easily as possible. And I think it's an important thing too. It's really key that students get to the school safely, and some of the parents have been trying to bypass the way we do things for, I guess, their own sake, and it creates an unsafe environment. So I would kindly ask that you follow our procedure. I've redeployed a couple of teachers in different places and asked our school resource officer, Officer Iaquinto, to help me out with that as well. Why can't students do online classes while they're quarantined? So we don't have the capacity. We are not doing online classes. They can meet with the quarantine teacher and get assistance in that way. So that is the way and method that the district has decided to support families of students that are quarantined. That is to work with the quarantine teacher and our special ELA science, social studies teacher and science and math teacher. They will provide direct and individualized support to the children. That's the way we're doing it. Okay, we answered that question. All right. So, okay. Anybody else? Any other questions at this time? Okay, so last call. I think we've answered everybody's questions so far. Okay, so please, continue to encourage your child to be safe, respectful, and responsible. We love having them in person at school. We want to keep it that way, and so from our safety perspective, we want to make sure students are doing all their proper mitigation strategies, maintaining space, wearing masks, frequent hand washing. We've had a very, very minimal to almost no transmission within the school for COVID positive cases. So I think that's a testament to teachers maintaining high expectations and also for the students doing what's right and best for everyone's safety so we can keep them in school. As always, if you have additional questions, you're always welcome to reach out to us at the school directly. We'll continue to send our weekly robocall to you, and we'll also continue our monthly principals meetings. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, everyone. I hope you've had a session that's provided you with information that has been valuable to you. And I look forward to speaking and seeing you all sometime soon. So I'm going to say goodbye at this point. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.